Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Patreon-sponsored review time again, and we're back to the Archie, Sonic, and Mega Man crossover. Previously on 2 years ago, Dr. Wily and Dr. Eggman, each existing in different realities, team up to use a Chaos Emerald to alter their respective universes to their benefit. They kidnap several of Sonic's friends and roboticize them, creating a situation where Sonic and Mega Man think the other is evil, and they get into a fight. However, as they begin talking to each other, the villains force Tails to attack to try to get them while they're distracted, in the process allowing Tails to be freed, and our heroes to figure out that they're not the real enemies. Dr. Light gets kidnapped by the evil forces, so Sonic, Mega Man, Tails, Proto Man, and Rush enter the villain's domain to try to stage a rescue. So let's dig into Act 2 of the Worlds Collide crossover and see how we're gonna keep this going for another 8 issues.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Linkara's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. What's with these awkward subjects? What's all this art so rubbish? To anyone who's had a bad comic published, it could be your turn. Linkara, he is a man, punch, sporadically a grouch. Linkara, he has his own spaceship, but he's always on his couch. Linkara, ghosts, gods, a universe in flux. Linkara, this comic sucks. Linkara.
Like I said last time, reading from a trade, but since we've already looked at the first 4 covers, might as well keep that streak going. We're starting off with Sonic Universe number 52, and the cover feels blah. Just compositionally it feels off. A little busy with our heroes in the middle, their respective villains coming at them from 2 diagonals, and then text in the other diagonals. It just looks awkward, probably not helped by the size of the letterhead taking up a good chunk of space. 2 times the blue! 2 times the dabba-dee-dabba-die! 2 times the adventure! 2 times the cost! Fork over the cash for this issue! After a recap page, we open on our heroes looking at Skull Egg Zone, the interdimensional realm the villains have created with their shared experiences. For dudes that call themselves geniuses, Eggman and Wily sure have lousy taste. Look, Sonic, I don't come into your house and criticize how you decorate it. Though if I had to in this place, exposed wires, doctors? Are you trying to start a fire? Sonic says that this place is trippy, but not nearly as trippy as the Special Zone, which confuses Mega Man. Tails explains that the Special Zone is a pocket dimension, and apparently in all the time they've been together, nobody bothered to explain until now that they come from different universes. Makes sense, we don't have any animals like you on our world, and while we have some pretty advanced robotics on my world, they're nothing compared to you two. Your Roomba technology is decades ahead of ours! Copy Robot, the evil duplicate of Mega Man, appears and shoots at Sonic, Rush managing to tackle him out of the way of the blast. He admits to having kidnapped most of Sonic's friends, so our heroes attack. Well then, all the more reason to kick you square in your metal underpants. Like with the idea of being from different universes, Mega Man scratches his head about what the hell underpants are. Copy Robot is not alone, bringing with him Genesis Unit, with Dreamcast Team and Saturn Squad on standby, a group of robots based on Journey to the West. Meanwhile, in space, a meditating robot named Duo gets a distress call that Dr. Light had sent out when his lab was attacked, asking for his help. Naturally, he is quickly on his way to Earth. Back in the battle, our heroes are holding their own against the villains. Dr. Wily happily watching the fight go down until the roboticized masters arrive with the final Chaos Emerald they need. Eggman wants to focus on using the Chaos Emeralds now, but Wily is annoyed because his Genesis unit is dealing with their foes, the two trying to one-up the other in terms of their contribution to this whole affair. They finally settle it with a bet. Whoever's nemesis manages to survive the longest can claim their world as superior. Wait a minute, what's this? Oh my god, it's Bubsy with the Money in the Bank contract! Sonic is soon surrounded by copies of the monkey robot Buster Rod G, while Tails is knocked down by Hyperstorm H and his whirlwind generator. But Mega Man finally manages to knock away his counterpart by assuming the tailwind power he got from Tails. With his help, he's able to turn things around in the other fights, distracting the Genesis unit to allow the others to get the better of them. Mega Man thanks Tails for the upgrade.
Thank you! You're the one who saved my life!
Hello? Forgetting someone?
Oh yeah, I guess you helped too, Sonic.
Don't patronize me. When this is all over, I'm taking you to the second game's special stages just to see the bombs hit you. Mega Man and Proto Man are confused by the presence of those villains in particular, all having been former foes of theirs that they had destroyed, integrated circuit and all, which would have prevented them from being rebuilt. Enemies from their past are showing up, and Sonic thinks there's definitely something bigger at play. During the fight, I got the strangest feeling, like time and space had been manipulated like this before. Hedgehogs, natural detectors of disruptions in the space-time continuum. They fist bump and swear to go and rescue Dr. Light, and wow, Mega Man's fist needed another draft. They use Rush as, well, a dog to sniff out where they should go, leading to a montage page of the heroes making their way across the zone and its various obstacles. They spot the Wily Egg in the sky and are uncertain if this is the villains' main base or just one of their bases, but the conversation is tabled with the villains showing up with the 8 roboticized masters, which now include the Chaotix. Continuing on to Sonic the Hedgehog number 249, the cover's decent, Sonic riding on Rush while Tails carries Mega Man, and looking quite unhappy about doing so. It's not because Mega Man's any heavier or anything, it's just because that's his Mega Buster arm and it's aimed right at him. I'm also not fond of the green Wily Egg and lightning background. It's so dark and murky that they needed to put a white outline on the heroes to make them stand out. Anyway, we continue where we left off, the two forces engaging one another. We get a little wheel introducing each of the roboticized masters. Rose Woman, weapon, Pico Hammer. The squeaky toy of death. Knuckles Man. Weapon, Sharp Knuckle. Just the one. The others are incredibly dull and couldn't cut through paper. Shadow Man. Weapon, Chaos Cannon. Dayman. Fighter of the Night Man. Vector Man. Weapon, Acoustic Blaster. Oh cool, we're getting a third video game crossover in here. The two villains heap praise on each other, but once the heroes get past their disgust for the two, they ask what the hell they've done to their worlds. Try to keep up! While we were able to make a bridge between our worlds, elements between the two didn't easily sync up. A circuit failure here, a lapse in stability there. Arby's is now pronounced Arby's, which I personally think makes more sense. They reveal that the roboticized masters have already stolen all the Chaos Emeralds, so since they've technically already won, they're just having a fun contest to have them kill the heroes. And whoever survives the longest earns their homeworld some bragging points. Well, now you two are just cheapening out. Why not it be that they buy dinner for the other? Proto Man thinks this is stupid and is not going to waste time on some tournament. Instead, he'll scout ahead and hopefully divide the enemy forces, maybe even find Dr. Light. Eggman falls for it, ordering 5 of the roboticized masters after him since he doesn't want to risk Dr. Light getting free. Recalling how they freed Tails from the roboticizing process, the group falls back and figures out a plan. Sonic and Rush distract the masters while Tails reconfigures Mega Man's blaster so that he won't need Sonic's spin dash attack to do the job. The two doctors decide to fall back to the Wily Egg, knowing that Proto Man could ruin their plans at the last second and need to be in position in case things go badly. Mega Man wants to get in on the action as Sonic barely evades getting blasted. And I got nothing. Except, I don't know, Vector Man makes me think of a trash collector for some reason. Damn it, Sonic, I'm supposed to be the one making those kind of references. What, are you gonna mention Gunstar Heroes or Kid Chameleon next? Kid Chameleon for Smash, by the way. Tails completes the work and Mega Man fires, freeing Vector from the roboticization. The copied weapon energy gets tossed to Mega Man, who assimilates it and gains an acoustic blaster.
Vector's main traits are being strong, loud, and, owing money. What kind of weapon would he give you?
We're about to find out. And Mega Man shoots out a weaponized version of the Offspring's Why Don't You Get a Job? One by one, the masters get returned to normal, each one giving Mega Man the abilities from the roboticized forms.
Awesome! 4 new weapons all in one day. Saving the others just got a whole lot easier.
Sonic, get roboticized so I can take yours too! Dude gets an arsenal handed to him, and his first thought is how he can use it to save my friends. How
noble? Endearing?
Corny. God, it's like he has no 90s too cool for this attitude at all. Tails laughs and says that Sonic is jealous.
He's cool, heroic, but doesn't have an ego the size of the moon.
Ego?
Ego? I just know I'm awesome, that's all. Do you think I'd have half the fandom I have now if I wasn't? Do you know how many bad games there are of mine out there, and I'm still so celebrated?
Look, I don't normally do this, but seeing as you kinda saved our lives and we're a long way from home, I'm offering you one case by the Chaotix for free. Offer void in Utah and Florida. Some restrictions may apply. They say they're detectives, so Mega Man suggests they help them find Proto Man. That way, Mega Man and Sonic can deal with the Masters while the Chaotix aid Proto Man in finding the base. I like the way you think, kid. I mean, process. Compute? Whatever it is you do. I mean, are you like Optimus Prime? Can we fit your brain on a 5¼ inch floppy disk? Spotting the Wily egg in the sky, they head out to get to it. Eggman, meanwhile, reports this failure to Wily, who's unconcerned because the zone allows them to time clone any of the robot masters he's made before. Eggman decides to send Shadow Man to intercept their main problem, and both realize that they have their own Shadow Man robot. So, send them both. They decide to work on a battle wagon in case all their defenses get bypassed, Eggman wondering why Wily seems so calm about all this. He explains that in the past, Mega Man always had someone who could help him. And of course, that person is Dr. Light, still locked up in their brig. That ends the issue, and this seems odd, as if it's supposed to be a big reveal that they have him, but like, didn't we already know that? Anyway, on to Mega Man number 26. Showdown in the Skull Egg Zone. So it's probably bad that Mega Man is wasting all his ammo shooting into the sky. But yeah, the cover's pretty good. Very movie poster-esque, especially with the various cool elements in the background, like the robot dragon or Ninja Star Man leaping at our heroes. Good stuff. Mega Man, Sonic, Tails, and Rush are going through a forest area and ribbing each other a bit about their designs. Sonic's limbs being very noodly, while Mega Man is a bit bulky, particularly in his boots. What gets me is something that I don't think was intentional, but I noticed it anyway. Sonic's pose in this first panel kind of resembles 8-bit Mega Man whenever he jumps. After dealing with a big robot snake, they move on to more of an Arctic area and get a bit more complimentary. Seriously though, thanks for all your help, Rock. I know we're here to save your dad and take down the docks, but saving my friend isn't your responsibility. It isn't mine either, but I've learned that having a bigger cast is actually really good for merchandise sales. Rush zooms past the others and catches a Ninja Star before it hits Sonic, Tails pulling Mega Man out of the way of a black energy blast. We see that their attackers are this Ninja Star robot and the roboticized version of Shadow. Thus the two reveal that both are named Shadow Man. There's actually a completely separate crossover going on right now. Aside from them, there's also the guy from that 180s Twilight Zone episode. Because of the shared name, there's some brief confusion when they try to strategize against them, but Tails just says that they're both called Shadow Man and to just pick one to fight. Sonic is temporarily put in stasis by the roboticized Shadow, but thanks to all the upgrades Mega Man got, he's able to blast him and free Sonic and Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog, ultimate life form. Yeah, everybody thinks that evolution will eventually lead everyone into turning into crabs, but no, this is the ultimate fate of all creatures. Especially when he has a gun. Mega Man acquires Shadow's weapon and freezes Shadow Man, allowing Shadow to rip him apart. Easy there, Shadow Man. I guess it's just Shadow now, right? Yes, the ultimate life form, suffering the ultimate humiliation, being shot by somebody who uses my color scheme better. They ask Shadow if he wants to help them or go help the Chaotix, but Shadow says neither, suddenly teleporting away. Mega Man and Sonic then both suddenly see flashes of new memories, years worth of them. The same happened to Tails and Rush. Sonic realizes what's happening. The docs have done more than just link our worlds, they rewrote them! I'm New 52 Sonic now! Changed the past, pushed us into the near future, slightly nudged us in the present. He says that this happened before to him, apparently in a graphic novel that an editorial box informs us of, but while he was able to reverse the effects before, he's not sure what will happen this time. Tails theorizes that Shadow's teleporting can warp space-time, so what they saw was a glimpse of their old reality. Mega Man says it doesn't matter if their worlds have been altered, they're still on a mission. Once we save Dr. Light, I need to thank him for making a robot I like. I am heavily prejudiced against your kind, metalhead. The villains gloat over the capture of Dr. Light, proclaiming that he's a fool because the true facial hair of genius is the mustache.
Yeah, if you're a hack who hasn't invented an automatic grooming machine like I have, and I've got the machine down to only cutting my face 3 times per session.
They're informed that the Shadow Men have been defeated, to their irritation. They walk off, but in doing so, they allow Rouge the Bat to come out and talk to Dr. Light. Dr. Light, I presume? Yes, but what? Who are you? You can call me Rouge, but I'm sure you'll somehow still call me Rogue anyway. She explains that she's a spy and that one of her teammates got captured by Copy Robot and has been secretly infiltrating this place ever since. Her priority is freeing her teammate and undermining the villains, but she's willing to do what she can to help free Dr. Light along the way. As such, she shows him a hologram of the Wily Egg schematics and asks him to locate any weak spots. It's gonna turn out this is just an elaborate way of her being a security consultant for the doctors. Our heroes are soon attacked by the roboticized Blaze and Silver, managing to free them after a few pages. Silver explains that this zone and their fractured memories are no doubt tied to the disruption in spacetime he came to warn them about. Unfortunately, the two of them are pretty wiped out from the fight and need a chance to recharge before they can join in. Sonic and Mega Man, however, have to keep going. At least Sonic insists. He never stops, does he? No, but Sonic's spinball can really slow him down. We cut over to the Chaotix, who have caught up with Proto Man on a mountain. He's getting kind of annoyed at the group, but presses forward. Roboticized Knuckles and Amy are watching them, preparing to attack, but the villains recall them to go deal with Sonic and Mega Man. Destroy them no matter what! Understood. Seeking new targets.
Self-destruct option authorized.
Ah, crap, and this is a Nuzlocke too. Do we have a ghost type on the team? That brings us to the final issue we'll be looking at today, Sonic Universe number 53. The cover's pretty good, Sonic and Mega Man fighting some kind of giant water being. If I have any criticism, it's that Mega Man's artwork looks kind of weird, almost like he was copied and pasted from somewhere else. Just something about the lighting on him seems off compared to Sonic. Wily and Eggman are worried about how they're down to just two roboticized masters, nervously trying to say that it's fine. They're so close to victory, and the masters served their purpose, and there's nothing to worry about, and they've got an army and other countermeasures ready. Ah, I see they've now invented roboticized copium. Privately, the two think to themselves that if things go downhill, they'll just steal the Wily Egg for themselves to keep doing their thing with a new battle fortress, screw their counterpart. Meanwhile, our heroes continue their trudge along the Skull Egg Zone, reaching a desert area. Sonic is frustrated that they still haven't found Amy or Knuckles. Makes me wish they'd just ambush us or something. And the two appear. Hey, talk about service! Unfortunately, Sonic is notoriously bad at tipping. The two attack Sonic, Rosewoman in particular, smashing at him with hammers. Whoa, I know you have a crush on me, but come on! Okay, now I know you have too much ego, Sonic. She's literally telling you to pound sand! Fortunately for our heroes, Rosewoman announces that self-destruct is authorized, so Sonic says they have to hurry and stop them blowing themselves up. Unfortunately, the two are the strongest of the Masters, able to repel any of Mega Man's acquired attacks. Thankfully, they're able to distract Rosewoman enough for him to change her back, then acquires her hammer to counteract Knuckles', and then zap him back to normal. So, which is it, Knucklehead? Did Eggman trick you into getting roboticized, or did you get kidnapped? 'Cause they're both really embarrassing. So, was Sonic always this kind of an asshole, or did this come from the space-time continuum getting disrupted? They soon get contacted by Proto Man, who reports that they've caught up with the Wily Egg. It's holding position over a teleporter pad held by two giant statues of the two. Okay, admittedly, Sonic's ego hasn't quite reached the level of build a giant statue of self just to hold an inconveniently placed teleporter pad, but give it time. Proto Man figures they use it to mass load objects onto the Wily Egg, and the Chaotix are trying to hack it to gain access. Without success. No, one on the top row, two on the third row. Try red, blue, blue, red, red. Who uses colored dots as a passcode system? Meanwhile, some IT robot for Dr. Wily says, see, this is why I'm changing it to numbers in front of character portraits. With the coordinates to the teleporter, the team splits up. Tails and Knuckles going to help with the teleporter, Mega Man heading back to grab Silver and Blaze, and Sonic and Amy will try to track down Shadow. Aboard the Wily Egg, the two doctors argue about power distribution in the giant mech they're building, but their minions inform them that not only have the Masters all been rescued, but there's a saboteur aboard screwing with the egg. Bass and Metal Sonic are currently chasing her down. They corner Rouge in a lab, but she unleashes something stored there. The creature from the cover, aka the Chaos Devil. A combination of the Sonic character Chaos and a Devil Core from Mega Man. The thing is wild and attacks the two robots, but also grabs Rouge. The doctors arrive, and apparently the thing listens to Eggman, who orders it to drop them all. Rouge is captured and sent to be roboticized. And so our comic ends with the doctors revealing that while the Chaos Devil has lost a lot of energy in this debacle, they've still got plenty of other lines of defense. Starting with an entire army of robot masters. You know, all those ones that Mega Man has defeated before. Also, Duo arrives back on Earth to end out the issue. I have been alerted to trouble on Earth, and I sense evil is present. Where shall justice be served? And together we can be justice! Anyway, these comics are okay. I was wondering last time how they would stretch this out for 8 more issues, and I see now how they're doing so. Lots of fight scenes, essentially. Wily and Eggman sacrifice a plan that was working just fine, overwhelming our heroes with superior numbers, just to try to catch Proto-Man when he runs off. Now, admittedly, they were correct that they didn't want him to interfere at the last minute, but then when they lost him anyway, they just sent the roboticized masters at the heroes 2 at a time, allowing them to free everyone more easily than if they were overrun. Now, it's okay for the villains to make mistakes, but it comes across more to me as an excuse to stretch out the story as long as possible. Just add in more fight scenes throughout the middle section to pad it out. As a result, Act 2 feels weaker than Act 1, like it's spinning its wheels in order to get to 12 issues. It's not in any way bad, but it feels like the story is dragging as a result. Plus, we're just bringing in a lot of new characters, partially by virtue of freeing the roboticized masters, but also characters like Rouge and Duo are suddenly in the mix. It just feels a little more crowded than the first act, which felt like the story was moving at a good pace and keeping things relatively contained to the most important characters. But hey, we do get plenty of character interactions, which are what you really want for a crossover. Though admittedly, unlike the first act, it feels like Mega Man is taking the center stage for a lot of this, and Sonic feels a bit left behind aside from the banter. Sure, they're both contributing, but it feels like Mega Man's getting tons of praise heaped on him, and it's his canon that's freeing the others. It's not even letting the whole they have to combine their attacks together thing continue so that they're both equal partners in freeing them. Still not bad, and I'm sure someone will eventually patron the final act of this. Next time, another Patreon-sponsored review as we look at 2 anthology issues from the Marvel Assistant Editors.
I'm sitting on my couch reviewing comics, the worst words that you will ever see. It's sad that comic books are for geeks, but they're not. They're for everybody. If you doubt that I am a man, I am a man.
Don't sweat it, Al. We've got our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th lines of defenses ready. First up, I've roboticized that lady Sonic kisses in the 2006 game. He'll never attack her. Next, they can only access this part of the base by racing on hoverboards. And finally, if all else fails, I don't know, something to do with Mighty Number 9 or whatever. Hello my friends, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications on new video releases. If you'd like to support future videos, you can check out my Patreon, buy merch from the store envy link in the description, or check out the t-shirts available from Fourth Wall. Thanks for watching.